Well, by now we've all heard of semaglutide and tirzepatide and how they have become widely used to help in weight loss. But they also have several other beneficial effects on the body. I had no idea. Dr. Greg Jones from Innovative Wellness Center is joining us this morning to talk about some of these. Thank you for being here and sharing this information.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start with addiction. This can help reduce our cravings. How does this work?
All right, so the semaglutide and tirzepatide, they work on regions of the brain that control your reward pathways, your reward center. So think about when you have that first piece of chocolate, that first slice of pizza, that, oh my God, this is amazing, right?
Yeah.
And so it kind of just calms that down. It's not going to suppress it, or it's like, oh God, I don't want chocolate anymore, but maybe you have 2 bites. Maybe you have, instead of 20 bites, right?
Okay.
And that's huge for reducing those cravings for things like sugar and things like alcohol as well.
Yeah, so maybe you take a sip of wine and you don't get as like, oh, this tastes really good. It's like, it's fine.
Right,
It just
exactly.
kind of reduces that. Okay, let's talk about heart health because it helps with that, with cholesterol as well. What's going on in our bodies when we have these injections?
Right, and so again, with the semaglutide and tirzepatide, they actually you have receptors for these medications all over the body. A lot are in the brain, but you also have them in the heart. And when these medications actually bind to those receptors, they reduce blood pressure. They decrease the production of harmful cells that increase plaque or atherosclerosis.
Okay.
It actually improves where your blood vessels work, makes them more efficient for blood flow. And that's humongous. And also lowering cholesterol.
Yeah.
That's humongous. That's huge for heart health.
Well, a lot of people struggle with cholesterol too, and they're on
Right.
different medications. So this kind of, would be one other piece of the puzzle.
Right.
Speaking of pieces of the puzzle, inflammation is a big cause of disease for so many people. It also reduces inflammation having these injections. Tell me how this works and how it can help people.
All right, so again, it's about having receptors all over the body. So semaglutide and tirzepatide, they will reduce the production of pro-inflammatory proteins or proteins that cause an increase in inflammation. So if you're able to kind of calm those inflammatory signals down, you're able to reduce pain, especially in conditions like arthritis. That's humongous. Now, another thing they do is they actually activate your natural pain relieving pathways in the brain and the spinal cord. So actually like, hey, calm that pain down.
You're fine.
We're working here, right? And that's
You're fine.
huge, right?
That is huge. Cognitive function on the mind of a lot of people, including myself. These medications can help us improve our brain function.
Right.
Crazy. Talk to me about that.
It goes back to that inflammation again.
It's all inflammation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
one of the drivers of cognitive decline is neuroinflammation or inflammation in the brain. So again, these medications all over the body, but you have a ton of these receptors in the brain. And by decreasing the oxidative stress and the inflammation in the brain, you're actually able to think clearer and have better focus and concentration. The other thing, again, they help regulate the efficiency of your body using glucose. The brain is the biggest user of glucose or blood sugar in the body. So if you can make that process better, the brain is functioning better.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. So if somebody is looking to use these medications preventatively, is that an option? Like if I'm looking to save my brain, can I do that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The key is to dose lower than the weight loss dose, right?
Okay.
And so it's a fraction of the dose. You think about a starting dose for weight loss, we're talking half of that, a quarter of that, a tenth of that, and it's going to go case by case, person by person.
Yeah.
By doing that, you're able to get the longevity benefits of these medications without some of the side effects attributed to higher dosing. And that's a windfall. That's a win.
Absolutely.
Right.
Really interesting information. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Innovative Wellness Center is located at 4425 North 24th Street, Suite 100 in Phoenix. You can reach them by calling 602-614-9905 or by visiting their website, innovativewellness.com.